The Siberian Husky is a breed renowned for its striking appearance, with its wolf-like features, beautiful coat, and captivating blue or multicolored eyes. These dogs are admired for their strength, endurance, and playful, friendly temperament. Originating in cold Siberian climates as sled dogs, Huskies were bred to be highly independent and capable of working in harsh conditions. This independence, while a desirable trait in the context of their original role as working dogs, can make them challenging to train, particularly for owners who are unfamiliar with the breed's unique needs and characteristics. A Husky's independent nature can manifest in various ways, including stubbornness, aloofness, and a tendency to ignore commands. Understanding why Huskies are often difficult to train and how their independent streak contributes to these training challenges is key for managing this breed effectively and ensuring a harmonious relationship between owner and dog. At the heart of the Husky's independent nature is its history as a sled dog. Unlike many breeds that were specifically bred to work closely with humans, Huskies were bred to be self-sufficient. In the harsh Siberian wilderness, where they were tasked with pulling sleds for long distances and in extreme conditions, Huskies had to rely on their own instincts and decision-making abilities to carry out their duties. While they were still guided by a musher, the breed's ability to work independently and sometimes make decisions without human direction was highly valued. This history of autonomy means that Huskies are often less inclined to take commands immediately or perform tasks just because they are told to do so. Unlike breeds that were designed to work closely with humans, such as retrievers or shepherds, Huskies are more likely to want to do things on their own terms, which can make training them more difficult. One of the primary ways the Husky's independence manifests in training is through stubbornness. Huskies are known for their strong-willed nature, and this can sometimes be misinterpreted as a lack of intelligence or a refusal to learn. However, the Husky's independent streak is not due to a lack of intelligence, but rather a reluctance to comply with commands that do not seem important or relevant to the dog. Huskies are highly intelligent dogs that can learn commands and tasks quickly when they are motivated, but they often choose to disregard commands that they don't deem necessary or worthwhile. For instance, a Husky might be able to learn to sit, stay, or lie down in a few repetitions, but if the task is not deemed to be rewarding or engaging enough, they may simply choose to ignore it, especially when more interesting distractions present themselves. This tendency to be independent can make it challenging for owners to establish reliable obedience. While many other breeds are eager to please their owners and will readily follow commands in exchange for praise or treats, Huskies may require more time and patience to form this same connection. They are not inherently disobedient, but are often more focused on their own desires and interests. The presence of other dogs, intriguing smells, or the lure of running freely can easily distract them, causing them to lose interest in training exercises that they don't find stimulating enough. This results in a dog that might perform commands inconsistently, making it frustrating for owners who expect a level of obedience that is typical of other breeds. Another manifestation of the Husky's independent nature is their aloofness toward training sessions. While they can be affectionate, playful, and enjoy spending time with their families, Huskies are often described as more aloof compared to other breeds. They tend to form strong bonds with their owners, but often maintain a certain degree of independence. This means that training may not be as effective if the owner relies solely on emotional appeal or wants constant interaction. Huskies are more likely to respond to training when there is a clear purpose, such as when they are taught to complete a task that is rewarding or linked to an activity they enjoy, such as running or playing. A Husky may not always respond to training simply because they seek attention or affection from their owner, as they are more likely to be motivated by activities they consider valuable in their own right. The Husky's tendency to be aloof and independent can lead to difficulties in establishing a strong bond during the early stages of training. For an owner who expects immediate affection and compliance from their dog, a Husky may appear distant or uninterested. This can cause frustration for first-time dog owners, who may not be accustomed to a breed that doesn't readily shower them with affection or eager attention during training. Huskies are not known for being overtly demonstrative, and their affection may need to be earned through a consistent routine of positive reinforcement and patience. Building trust with a Husky often takes time, and their reluctance to engage in training sessions can initially lead to a perception that the dog is difficult or unmotivated. Moreover, Huskies often display a tendency to disregard commands, particularly when they are not motivated by food, play, or another enticing reward. Their instinct is to be self-reliant, which means they may not always see the value in complying with commands that seem irrelevant to them. For example, if a husky is in a high-distraction environment, such as at the park or on a walk, they might ignore their owner's calls to return or stay, as they are more focused on their exploration or the potential for other stimuli, such as other dogs, smells, or sights. This type of selective listening is common in huskies and is a direct result of their independent temperament. While other dogs may readily comply with commands out of a desire to please, the husky's primary concern is often whether the command aligns with its personal goals or interests. Huskies are also known for their love of freedom and exploration, which can contribute to their difficulty with training. This breed, with its high prey drive and desire to roam, is often more interested in exploring its environment than in engaging in structured activities. Their curiosity and thirst for adventure mean they are prone to wandering off, especially when not properly trained to respect boundaries. This tendency to seek freedom can make recall training difficult, as the husky may not see the necessity of returning when called if it is engaged in something more exciting. This challenge is particularly significant for owners who want to train their husky to be off-leash, or in situations where the dog's recall is critical for safety, such as in a busy park or on a hiking trail. The difficulty with training is compounded by the husky's need for physical and mental stimulation. Because huskies are so intelligent, they require regular exercise and challenges to keep them engaged and prevent them from becoming bored. Without enough physical exercise or mentally stimulating activities, a husky's independent nature can evolve into undesirable behaviors such as digging, chewing, or excessive barking. These behaviors are often a sign of a bored dog trying to find ways to entertain itself, as the husky's instincts drive it to engage in some form of activity. Inadequate stimulation can also lead to frustration, which may exacerbate the husky's reluctance to follow commands. Providing regular, structured activities such as agility, scent work, or even hiking can help manage the husky's independent streak by channeling its energy in a productive manner and ensuring that training remains engaging. Socialization is another critical element in training huskies, as their independent nature can lead to aloofness or wariness towards strangers and other animals. Early and ongoing socialization is essential for teaching a husky how to behave in different environments, around different people, and with other animals. However, this process can be more difficult for huskies compared to other breeds, as they may not automatically warm to new experiences or interactions. A husky that is not properly socialized may become fearful or aggressive toward unfamiliar people or animals, especially if it perceives them as a threat. This socialization process requires patience and consistency, as the husky must be gradually exposed to new situations and taught to respond appropriately. It also requires a firm yet gentle approach from the owner, as the husky's independence can make it more resistant to typical training methods. Consistency and patience are the keys to successfully training a husky. Unlike breeds that are more eager to please, huskies require a more nuanced approach that respects their independent nature. Positive reinforcement, such as treats, praise, or playtime, is essential to keeping the husky motivated during training. The reward should align with the dog's personal interests, as this breed is more likely to respond to training when the reward is meaningful to them. For example, some huskies may be more motivated by play or exercise rather than food, and tailoring the training to meet the individual dog's preferences can yield better results. Additionally, owners must remain patient and avoid becoming frustrated when the husky does not respond immediately or when the dog gets distracted. By using positive reinforcement techniques and understanding the breed's temperament, owners can establish a strong working relationship with their husky. Despite the challenges of training, it is important to remember that huskies are not inherently disobedient or difficult to train. Their intelligence and independence can make them stubborn, but they are also capable of learning complex tasks when provided with the right motivation. The key is to create a training environment that stimulates the husky's mind and body, while also respecting its independent spirit. With the right approach, a husky can be trained to be an obedient, well-behaved companion, though it will always maintain its independent nature. Training a husky is a long-term commitment that requires understanding, patience, and consistency, but the result is a dog that is both loyal and intelligent, capable of performing a wide range of tasks with confidence and skill. In conclusion, the independent nature of the husky makes it a unique breed that requires a specific approach to training. While their independence, intelligence, and strong-willed personality can pose challenges for owners, these traits also contribute to the breed's versatility and capabilities. Understanding the reasons behind the Husky's difficulty with training, including its stubbornness, aloofness, need for mental stimulation, and desire for freedom, is crucial for successfully managing the dog's behavior. Through patience, consistent training, and respect for the breed's independent streak, owners can ensure that their Husky thrives as both a loyal companion and an effective working dog. However, prospective owners must be prepared for the time and effort required to train a Husky, as this breed's challenges can only be overcome through understanding, engagement, and commitment.